In 2016, we bought a boat we aptly called Mood Swings, primarily as a platform to film our online fishing courses and to travel to remote fishing destinations. Our latest journey heading south was plagued by mechanical issues, but not to be deterred, we decided to head north after the repairs and put up with the challenges associated with monsoonal weather. Hi, I'm Ryan Moody, this is my wife Karen, our 2 sea dogs, my mate Maxie, and our fishing weapon, the blue boat. Join us on our northern adventure as we have a few dramas, see some amazing locations and catch some great fish, heading north to Lizard Island and beyond. One of the great things to do here at Lizard, especially if you've got kids, is if you anchor up in Watson's Bay, there's a number of different species here that come up to the boats for a feed. Spangled Emperor, we've got big GTs, different shark is there. All sorts of sharks, of course, reef black tips, lemon sharks, even a big Chinaman last time we were here. A big 10-kilo Chinaman came up and I was feeding him out of my hand. So it's one of the things you can do to keep your kids entertained here at Lizard Island.
All your 54-year-old boat skippers entertained.
Well, that's it. It's always good fun.
It is.
But they're not getting these.
No.
I'm going to cut them up in a minute and we'll have them for dinner. If you are going to feed the fish here and you're going to use big fish frames, don't tie ropes to them because they'll pull you out of your hands. And as you can see, there's 2 sharks here, so now these fish have got fish frames down their guts and they're dragging rope behind them. So just throw the frames out, don't try and wrestle them with rope. Well, apart from the giant monstrous GTs down there, up to 60 odd pound, a lot of them they're all 30 and above. There's also a big heap of bluefin trevally have come in. Well, today we're kind of a little bit stuck. We can't sort of fish too many areas because we've got gale force winds. So we're really just stuck with one little tiny area. So we're going to go and give it a go, see if we can get a trout for lunch. But we can still relax on the beach, snorkel, go for a bit of a walk, look at a bit of the history around the place. But to start with, just going to go and see if we can get a trout for lunch because there's not many other fishing areas we can go to at the moment.
We're out of options unless it is okay for gales.
That's right, that's all right. Anyway, these things happen. Well, we've managed to get some pretty good weather in so far, but just a few more days of rubbish before the boys fly out. So we've got to go and give it a crack anyway. We just can't sit here all day. So let's get, we could sit here all day. I mean, nothing wrong with that, but you know, we're at Lizard Island. Let's try and find something to do.
Let's go and get wet.
Yeah, exactly. All right, let's go.
Hold on to your hat.
Unfortunately, we're trapped in a tiny area here. We've got a green zone over there. And unfortunately, the wind is so strong that it's just blowing around the corner. We're in the yellow. Under normal conditions, this would still be a little bit protected. Looks like it's pissing down up there. You can see the big line of cloud squalls. Yesterday it smashed us directly, but so far it's to the north a bit, which is good. Okay, we're just on the edge of a bit of fringing reef here. It's about the only spot we can go. We can't spot lock the motor, so we're just going to drop down here and... Okay, Maxie.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, shit. No, mate, the wind's got me. This could be a no go. Hang on. I've never seen it too rough that you can't actually fish around here in a strong southeaster. It is just smashing in. I'm just going to go and have a look on the very edge of the green zone in here. And it's a little bit more calmer, but I don't think there's too much structure, so we'll just have a look anyway. Otherwise we'll have to pull a pin on it. We've got a few small fish underneath us here, probably trevallies and things. There were a couple of reasonable ones on the bottom just before. We can't complain. We've got to do with what we can today, or this morning for this hour. As you can see, we're just in the yellow zone, we're not in the green. Well, we're just doing a bit of a drift jig. That's all we can do. There's no point in trying to spike lock in this wind. Just found a little bit of rubble on the edge of a reef here. I'm not marking too much, just a bit of bait. But there could be a trout hiding in amongst it. What do we got? In the 5 square meters that we can only fish this morning. Oh, one netting cod. Roxy, you can always rely on a wine netting cod. Well, it might be toasted ham, cheese, smartest hangers. Well, we got that leftover trout from yesterday there. Well, it's no monster, it's probably another wire netting cod. Oh no, a little stripey. Let him go. I have. I've got a livey out. I've been sitting in there for days. Looks like fishing's off the cards for today. Although we did get a couple of guppies. Yeah. And I think Maxie outfished me. I think his wire netting cod was a bit bigger than my stripey.
Yeah.
So
I don't know, how big was the foul hook trigger fish?
Oh, that was that big. But that means he got 2 fish. And I only got 1, so he done it again. All right, let's go back have some lunch. I'm gonna put the boat in a bit closer to the beach, get a much better anchorage because the wind is so strong. There's actually a side swell coming around into Waxton's Bay, which I've never seen before, even in really rough weather. So I wouldn't like to be out there, that's for sure.
Well, the big giant marine parks vessel left this morning, poked his head around the corner, turned around and came back.
Yeah. Meow. Now. All right. Okay.
No, you don't take risks with the ocean. We're only joking.
Let's go and have a look at Watson's Bay a bit later too, eh? And have a look at some of the history there.
Yeah.
All right, head back.
Abort.
Run away! Run away!
Hey, who's doing buck, buck, buck?
Yeah.
Woo!
We are almost getting closer to the bottom of the tide. Tide tomorrow is 0.7. So if I've got 1.2 under me now and tomorrow's 0.7, I need 1.9. I need an extra 40 on top of that. So I need 2.3 under the transducer. So my rudders are that far out of the sand. Cutting it fine. Well, we're up in 3 metres of water at low tide with 43 metres of chain out. So I don't think we're going anywhere. If the cyclone comes, I might put the full 80 out. And 2 anchors.
Picking up a few veggies and sort of organising it not very well to reduce some of the space in the fridge. Starting to get down on supplies, so we've got a bit more room, which is good. But yeah, then we'll get into the non-fresh stuff. once we've eaten all the fresh supplies. We also have less people, but Ryan and I eat pretty simply, so you know, be alright when we are on our own. I've got heaps of frozen food sorted, organised, so if we don't catch fish or we can't be bothered catching fish, we just eat some of the frozen stuff, some of the canned stuff, some of the, sometimes we just eat chips and and biscuits. So yeah, we'll be right, and then we'll have another big stock up in Cooktown once we get there in a few weeks' time. Eating fish every day helps with the stocks.
So to sum it up, you'll survive.
Yes. To sum it up, we will survive. We won't run out of food.
Well, some yummy pork steaks for dinner and veggies, and then we're going to hit the beach just on dark, a bit of a walk, and we might even drive around the front of the resort because we're finding it difficult to get service. I've had service on this bay before, especially when you walk up the hill, but a bit difficult this time around. And some of our staff are sick at the moment, so there's some emails to answer and all sorts of things, so we're chasing a bit of Wi-Fi later. Don't know, we'll see how we go. Otherwise we might have to go for a drive around that side of the island tomorrow in the 30 knot winds. Not looking forward to that.
So, another bit of a rest day today. We tried.
Oh, definite rest day today.
We tried to fish in a gap this big, and
between a green zone and a 30 knot southeasterly, we had about this much room to fish.
and it was raining.
But the good old wine netting cod didn't let us down.
Yeah.
Well, the stripies.
So we came back, had lunch, and
didn't do much
had
at all.
a sleep, and then just woke up, had dinner, and went for a nice walk on the beach. So yeah, that was a nice finish to the day. Anyway,
we've got a couple of horrible days of weather, so we'll have a bit of a tour day of the island tomorrow, and then we will take the big boat out the next morning. We'll just anchor that here, and we'll just duck around the corner to those few little shoals, semi-protected. We'll just drift across them in this and have a...
Just having some issues with the internet. We can't get any decent internet. We can't get in touch with the staff. We can't get in touch with anybody. We've got a sat phone, but
last time we were here, we could send messages and talk to people. Yeah. We can't even ring anyone.
So we can't see the weather. We can't really. We're sort of a bit in the dark, aren't we? Like the old style sailors, clueless.
That's it. Suck it and see.
Suck it and see. That's the name of the trip. Suck it and see.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah. So tomorrow's another day.
It is.
Join us in the next episode where we continue on our offshore adventure. In the meantime, for fishing tips, workshops and fish planner tuition, visit our free training page at ryanmoodyfishing.com. There's a link to the gear and tackle we used on this trip below the video, and to follow along here for the rest of the trip, please like and subscribe, and we will catch you in the next episode.